Salutations, fellow readers, writers, and killers of time on YouTube. My name is Martha Jones, and when last I spoke with you, I mentioned in passing that I did not know for certain where the channel was going and welcomed suggestions from the viewers. As sometimes happens in my wild enthusiasm to bring you videos, it slipped my mind that my publisher is among my viewers, and she asked, as only one supreme ruler can, if I would do a topic for which I'm going to have to look up a ton of stuff lest I say something really dumb by accident. Nevertheless, I was talking to my publisher in the first place because I miss her face, and when that happens, I tend to think of New York. I've only been there for publishing business the once, and I was not expecting to love New York. The boss and I have been hopelessly lost in several metropolitan areas that are much smaller than New York, and found those areas to be rather stuck up and exhausting. However, once we found some place to park and found out that Manhattan is more or less arranged in a grid, we had a blast, walking from place to place, marveling at all the things we do not need, and absorbing the manic energy of a city that gets collectively super uptight if you slow it down, but is overall eclectic and cool. Our third stop in New York ever, immediately after the book venue and the Airbnb, was the Algonquin, a vibrant and respectably old hotel in which a bunch of smart alecks called the Round Table used to meet, containing within its ranks the likes of Peter Benchley, Harpo Marx, and Dorothy Parker. This kind of grainy picture is one of my favorite pictures of my publisher because very seldom do we get a picture from one of our trips that has both of us in it, but I'm there, in the mirror, taking a picture on a very silly old camera on our trip of a lifetime. And at this grand old hotel, they serve a drink called, you guessed it, the Dorothy Parker. That's right, friends. Writers plus depressants. What could go wrong? They serve a regular version which is not inexpensive, and they serve a spectacularly expensive version with a diamond in. That particular martini is one that you have to order 72 hours in advance, and for which you have to visit the jeweler before you can buy it for yourself or your beloved. The menu describes it as a $10,000 martini, but it really ought to say market price, because more costly your diamond, more costly your drink. At time of recording, I have not tried a Dorothy Parker for several years, but I remember it as being lovely. The internet assures me that the ingredients for a Dorothy Parker martini are 5 to 6 ounces of gin, 1/2 ounce of Saint Germain, plus lemon, honey, and basil to flavor. My cunning plan is to have my beloved make me a Dorothy Parker martini before this video goes out, so you can get my potentially comic reaction to alcohol in real time. The couple of months I masqueraded as a bartender, I got real good at spilling drinks on myself, so we're gonna leave that task to someone more worthy. Okay, please bear with me and pretend that this cocktail is martini-shaped. I could have been out and gotten martini glasses, but instead I got a diamond. Ha! That's fantastic! Okay, we're gonna try that again. Oh my heavens, the things we do for love, and by love I mean mucking about on YouTube. So here we are, back in the 70s colored kitchen, with my gothic colored self about ready to try the alcoholic thingy. Yay, gin! Okay. So the Saint Germain is lovely by itself. I mean, it's just a joy. It is elderflower liqueur, and it is gin. Yay, 20s. No, gin is for other people, y'all. That's Oh, heavens. Okay, I've had my 2 no thank you sips, and I will leave that to my worthy bartender. Ha, that's not where the camera's pointed. Oh, I'm good at this. Shut up, I'm good at this. So I'm drinking this, and this is lovely. This plus the gin plus the basil, etc. is somewhat less lovely, but I don't think it's the gin or the basil or the anything's fault. I think that the recipe we found online was rubbish and silly for saying to mix the honey in after the ice, because honey plus ice equals little honey rocks. It's like putting amber in your stuff. This was a wonderful idea, and by wonderful idea I mean hideous idea, and by hideous idea I mean I prefer coffee, and I'm not that fond of coffee. Exciting though, wasn't it? But since Dorothy Parker was a writer, and since we have every reason to believe that alcohol may have been Miss Parker's one true love, I would like to share a poem that my publisher occasionally quotes to me from Dorothy Parker. I like to have a martini, 2 at the very most. After 3, I'm under the table. After 4, I'm under my host. As always, thank you for giving these videos a shot. I post whenever the day job allows. As speculated in the last video, this might be one of several weird turns that this channel takes, and it is a privilege to be able to share them with you. Take it easy, friends. Loves you. Bye.
Like my channel, buy my crap, doo-dah, doo-dah. There's no time to take a nap, oh the doo-dah day. Hey!
By the time you swear you're his, shivering and sighing, and he swears his passion is infinite, undying, lady, make a note of this. One of you is lying. Oh, come on, Miss Parker. I'm sure there are times you would prefer your gentleman lying, not standing.